one of the reasons why I would say the powers that be will want to ban TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, for men is because of exactly what I've been talking about right now. Is if you're a guy and you're for lack of a better term, you're a made man, right? You've got your shit together. You got a car. You're a good judge of character. You have sexual abundance to, a reasonable degree. You're still in good shape. Let's say you're 40, right? Okay, let's just say 40. We'll round it off. 40 years old. You're in good shape. Maybe 25 pounds. You need to put some body mass on. And I know, Dave, I understand the struggle is fucking real, dude. Cause I've always been a hard gainer. Like I've always had like sort of a swimmer / water polo. I used to play water polo in high school. I have that kind of body and I'm ectomorph, this guy. So putting on muscle was like something I had to learn how to do. And I've always been a hard gainer, but it's not impossible. Your body habitus is never going to look like fucking, Ronnie Coleman, but you could still look pretty good. But you put on, one of the reasons, like, I think, and Mike is right about this, is that TRT will be banned to some effect, is because guys your age who would be, or even my age, on TRT are cheating, or that's the popular consensus. Because if guys in their 30s, or say just maybe their early 40s, are knocking it out with women in their mid to late 20s, are in relationships with them, according to the Brookings Institute, well, how are they doing this? Well, they have hit their stride. Maybe they have a good, some level, if they're high value guys, or high-ish, medium level guys even would do. And they have a good depth of life experience. They have a frame, and frame is what? It's a world into which women want to enter into. Mike did a really good description of what frame was when he was describing his relationship with Kylie. Like, they asked Kylie on, it wasn't the last time, I think it was in November on Valuetainment. It was on a Saucecast. We were talking about age differences, and Mike was talking about his difference with his girlfriend. And of course, the number one thing that everybody says is, what are you guys going to talk about? That's so horrible. You guys are from different generations. You guys don't have any like compatibility or commonality or anything like that. And Mike rightly says that's bullshit, because I have a depth of experience for the last, like, he's almost twice her age, right? So I've got 20 some odd years on her of life experience, and I want to show her these things. I'm glad she's never experienced the things that I'm going to expose her to, because now it's all new. And now now you have a guide, now I'm going to let you, you want to be in my world? Great. My world is fucking is awesome. And I'm going to show you all these things that I know over the course of my life. I'm going to, I'm going to take you to these places that I've been before and explain to you like all this stuff. And I'm going to like have these conversations with you that, because you're younger, you don't maybe know. And then we can have a fresh new conversation about these things, because you're half my age. That's what you talk about. You don't have to talk about like the Kardashians and your favorite, the next song by fucking Beyonce or whatever. You don't have to fucking talk about that. Like, people think that like women between I hate this impression that women between the ages of like, say, 21 and 24 are just like these dumb, naive, country waifs, who don't know anything about anything. If anything, I'd be worried about the 32-year-olds who haven't learned their lessons yet, right? But they think that they're, oh, what would you ever talk about? She's not a real woman. She doesn't know anything about being a woman. She's 22 and I'm 32. I have much more experience. Yeah, well, you also have a lot of baggage, and you're not as young and hot and tight as my 22-year-old girlfriend, because that's the criteria I select by, and you ladies select by a different criteria that I happen to be pretty well set and established in. So I think that as far as more to your point, Dave, definitely get on TRT. Give it time. You won't start feeling different until probably like week 8, I think. And then when you get to week 10, you're like, oh fuck, this is great. That's when I started putting on muscle. That's when I started going to the gym. Like I was like jonesing to go to the gym. I'm like, I got to go to the gym. But yeah, definitely, I would highly recommend TRT. I think that a lot of this is going to be a this is going to be a controversial take right now, but I fully endorse this next statement. Okay. I think that a lot of guys who are like very despondent and nihilistic, and they're black pill doomers, and they're like, looks maxers, or they're like, oh, all is lost. These guys are just like, crying on the internet. I think if you gave those guys, you put them on TRT for like 10 weeks, their entire outlook on life would change. And I mean that. I think that people's lives, men in general, of course, because it's TRT, but I think if you check, well, Davey, by the way, make sure you get like obviously your serum testosterone levels checked before you do. They'll do it anyway. But I think that if you checked, like there's no shortage of articles about young men and how testosterone is at all-time lows in young men. Okay, well, does that in any way map on to this generation of guys who are listless, rudderless in life, don't want to have anything, would rather to porn, smoke weed, and play video games, and order from Uber Eats, and really kind of not like check out, like not is the perhaps maybe it has something to do with reduced levels of testosterone. Well, what if, and I'm not saying we suggest we do this for like healthy, 25-year-olds, but let's just say, like, for sake of argument, you put guys on TRT to, a moderate degree. I would say I would be confident that their outlook on life would be 100% different. They would be like, you know what? Effort feels good. I want to go out and do this. I want to go. I don't want to stop. I want to stop and start my own gym. I think your outlook, I think most of these guys who are like these nihilistic, despondent kids their outlook would completely change. And they'll say, well, no, that's their personality. That's their state of life. That's okay. Well, yeah. But the thing is like testosterone and well, your hormones in general, I shouldn't even just peg it on that, is I can change your mental state with chemicals. You can get high and feel different. I can put you on Vyvanse and you'll feel different, right? I can, your emotional state and your outlook on life, your mood, for lack of a better term, is determined by your biochemistry, and it's not hard to alter that. You want to know why? Just go look at SSRIs, go look at antidepressants. What is that? It's a mood altering drug. I don't want to be depressed anymore. Okay, well, how about you don't feel anything at all? Okay, give me that SSRI. Honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why women report, quote unquote, their decreasing levels of happiness. So what do? We prescribe them antidepressants at the highest rate imaginable, usually mostly women, right? Because we've sold them on an idea that happiness is some sort of attainable goal state that's sustainable. And well, they can't get it naturally. So SSRIs, tequila and, Zoloft. Right? That's the key to happiness in that combination, right? Why is that like that okay? But like if I say take TRT and you'll have a different outlook on life, that's bad. That's cheating.